Next, we got the Dodgers are about to take over baseball. Congratulations to the Dodgers. Congratulations to Shohei Ohtani for winning his first ring. Like I told y'all, I am the number one Ohtani fan. I really don't care about the Dodgers like that. You know what I'm saying? I am a Tigers fan. But I do want to see Ohtani win. And he won. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ohtani. Literally the greatest player to step foot on a baseball diamond. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that is more baseball doesn't exist video. If y'all want more baseball doesn't exist, if y'all want more baseball doesn't exist, hit the like button, hit that sub button.
Dodgers have a plan. It's going to take decades, but if it works, they'll be the best team, the richest team, a global brand, and potentially the most valuable franchise in sports. And some people are panicking.
Baseball is going to allow this? This is why baseball's got to have a salary cap. I mean, this is why the sport's a joke.
The Dodgers spent over $1 billion last offseason, more than any other team in history, and it worked. A former MVP played hurt. Their current MVP played hurt. They had 14 key pitchers who were unavailable throughout the playoffs. Only one of their 5 starters going into the year is healthy enough to pitch right now, yet they just won the World Series and did it easily. The Dodgers were hands down the best team in baseball this year, but next year, they legitimately might be 2 times better. Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch again. Their other injured pitchers are going to pitch again. It's possible the best pitcher in Japan is going to be a Dodger next year. And now there's even reports that Juan Soto could be going to Los Angeles. And it's driving some people crazy. So people are calling for a salary cap for the first time in MLB history. Pitcher Miles Michaelis called the Dodgers' new
That's what
strategy,
they mean by because they guys have unlimited money. So they can just sign literally best players of all time. Yeah, so I didn't even know baseball don't have a salary cap. This whole time you mean to tell me baseball didn't have a salary cap? So that was only like an NFL thing? That's kind of crazy. Now I think about it, yeah, they did spend $1 billion on one player. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Cap for the first time in MLB history. Pitcher Miles Michaelis called the Dodgers' new strategy, quote, checkbook baseball, and many commentators are saying it's ruining the game. But the Dodgers formula is way more complicated than that. In the past 20 years, their franchise value has increased by an insane 1,089%. But still, they're far behind the Yankees when it comes to value. They're the second most valuable sports franchise in the world. Right behind them are the Warriors and the Patriots.
That's crazy.
Each of them had one.
Wait, I gotta look at this. Wait. I gotta see this. Dallas Cowgirls are the most valuable team. Is crazy. I guess it's America's team. Yankees, obviously. Warriors. That's crazy. I mean, yeah. And remember, these are all big cities and states too. So it makes it even better. New England is crazy though. I think New England just because of Tom Brady, what he brought to the team. LA, of course, New York, just literally just because of where they at. Chicago Bears? Who give a fuck about the Chicago Bears? Las Vegas, New York again, Real Madrid. So Real Madrid. Wait, so football is less? This can't be right? This must be just like, I'm pretty sure football should be like number 1, bro.
Behind them they're the second most valuable sports franchise in the world. Right behind them are the Warriors and the Patriots. Each of them had one dynasty that took them from average value to being tied for the third most valuable franchise ever. But neither can surpass the Yankees. The Patriots and Warriors are built on one dynasty. The Yankees have done that like 6 different times. They had a dynasty in the 20s, then again in the 40s, in the 50s and the 60s, and once again in the mid-90s. They are a generational brand built on decades of dominance. But years ago, the Dodgers set out on a mission to surpass the Yankees in value by creating their own dynasty. And right now, it's working. In Game 1 of the World Series, the Dodgers were in trouble. Yankees ace Garrett Cole was cruising. The Dodgers only had 2 hits through 5 innings. The Yankees went up, and the Dodgers had no answer. However, an Ohtani double and Betts sac fly salvaged the game. Tied 2-2, this game went into extras. The Dodgers threatened, but after this pop-up, the Yankees have 2 outs. They just need 1 more out to win this game. They intentionally walked Mookie Betts to face Freddie Freeman, who isn't even supposed to be walking. On the last game of the year, he did this. He was supposed to miss 4 to 6 weeks, but missed 1 week before returning. He's playing through the pain, even though he's still in a walking boot. He's been taping his ankle over his cleat. Routine plays like this have left him in extreme pain. After this play, the Dodgers had to do a mound visit just to give him time to rest. The Dodgers already forced him to miss a game this postseason because he was so limited. He has 0 power or speed. He hasn't hit an extra inning base hit in a month. But
see, if you're going to do something like this, you only should be able to do it in the playoffs or the World Series, because that's when everything matters, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather somebody risk their body a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, don't risk an injury, like a long-term injury. But if it's just an injury and you know you can be recovered by the time the next season roll around, then you might as well risk it, bro. I feel like an ankle injury is literally perfect. Like that's a perfect injury where it's not going to take long to get back to how you is, the 100%. It's not going to take long. So I do love that, fam.
One down to their last out on the very first pitch he sees.
Freeman hits the ball to right field.
This was the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. The only other time in history a player hit a walk-off homer down to their last out and losing the game was over 30 years ago. He was also on the Dodgers. It also happened in Game 1. He was also famously injured and could not walk, and somehow both these home runs were hit at 8:37 p.m.
What the fuck?
The Dodgers continue to dominate. They went up 3-0 in the series.
Bro.
When the Yankees finally thought they had a chance going up 5-0 in Game 5, a routine fly ball to Aaron Judge was dropped. A few minutes later, a ground ball to the shortstop was botched. Then, only needing 1 more out, Garrett Cole got Mookie Betts to roll over and forgot to cover first. In one of the biggest single-inning collapses in World Series history, the Yankees allowed 5 unearned runs, blew a 5-0 lead.
And let's really be honest, bro. Even if the Yankees would have won this game, they still would have lost the series. So this just shows you how much trash the Yankees really are. Because, yeah, y'all somehow made a comeback. Y'all won Game 1. Or y'all won that, I feel like Game 3 or something like that. Game 4. Y'all wasn't going to make a complete comeback. I don't think no one thought that. You know what I'm saying? Even if y'all did have this game here where y'all up 5-0, I still thought like, yeah, y'all, this might be another lucky win. Okay? But the next game, they're going to put 100 on y'all. So, yeah, y'all could be all happy that y'all won. You know what I'm saying? But by the end of the series, I know the Dodgers was going to win this series. The Dodgers was going to win. Literally.
Allowed 5 unearned runs, blew a 5-0 lead in 1 inning, went from a 96% chance win probability to losing, as the Dodgers won their second World Series in 5 years. Winning 3 championships in 5 years is the definition of a sports dynasty for many. So under that definition, the Dodgers were already close to being a dynasty. In the past 12 years, they've made the playoffs 12 times, more than any other team. Won their division 11 times, more than any other team. Had the best record in baseball 4 times, more than any other team. Had the best ERA in baseball 4 times, more than any other team. And made the World Series 4 times. That's more than any other team. However, the Dodgers were never able to surpass the Astros' success during this decade, and disappointed in the playoffs year after year, meaning they were never able to actually achieve dynasty level status, which in MLB is basically impossible. It's been over 2 decades
what does that mean?
Since a team was able to win just 2 World Series in a row. In the past decade, 14...
Oh, he said dynasty. I thought he said diamond. Like, well, this is something new.
status, which in MLB is basically impossible. It's been over 2 decades since a team was able to win just 2 World Series in a row. In the past
that's
decade,
crazy.
14 different teams have made the World Series, and 9 different teams have won the World Series. That's more than any other sport. The last
Damn.
true dynasty were these legendary Yankees teams who won 4 World Series in 8 years, but that dynasty started almost 30 years ago. Even the Giants, who won 3 in 5 years, weren't even good enough to make the playoffs in the 2 seasons where they didn't win it. The Dodgers, however, are about to become more dominant than both these teams, and this new dynasty started last offseason when they gave the best player in baseball $700 million, the biggest contract in sports history. $700 million is more than the value of entire sports franchises. The Dodgers gave it to one player. It is $274 million more than the second largest contract in MLB. For any other team in any other time in MLB history, this would be risky. You get the best player in baseball, but he's injured. And after spending $700 million, you don't have any other money left to give to other players. But for the Dodgers, in some sick and twisted way, giving $700 million to Shohei is actually going to allow them to spend more money. Because just 1 week after signing Shohei, they gave Yoshinobu Yamamoto $325 million, the biggest pitching contract ever, completing step 1 of their plan, taking over Japan. Baseball is likely more popular in Japan right now than any other place on earth. Their last WBC game in Japan...
It's actually crazy, bro. Because I remember seeing, I forgot what it was, but I think it was like a live video of the Dodgers, and the whole chat was just spamming just, like, you know, Japanese symbols. I didn't know what they were saying, but I'm like, dang, like, you don't even see English no more. You don't even see English. That's crazy, bro.
2023 got over 60 million viewers in Japan. That is more than the most watched World Series game in history. 36 million watched them play in an exhibition game. Shohei Ohtani is literally the most famous person in Japan right now. Yamamoto was on pace to become hands down the most decorated Japanese pitcher in history. Now, both are on the Dodgers, instantly turning the entire country of Japan, a population of 125 million
Shout out to
people,
Japan, man. Shout out to Japan.
into die-hard Dodgers fans. Just this year, the Dodgers got 12 new team sponsors. All 12 are Japanese countries. They've generated an extra $50 million in sponsorships just from Japan. Ohtani's first game as a Dodger got 17 million viewers in Japan, 37 times more viewers than it got in America. This game got more viewers in Japan than the World Series.
Hold on. Shit, hold on. There's some Japanese baddies in the crowd. Hold on. Shit.
America. This game got more viewers in Japan than the World Series got in America. Like all these games airing at 9 a.m. in Japan. A Dodgers NLDS game got 14 million viewers in Japan. That's more than the game got in America. A Dodgers NLCS game got 12 million in Japan. That's more than it got in America. The World Series got 15 million in Japan. Even that was slightly more than it got in America.
Wow.
One report says that with ticket sales, merchandise, sponsorships, etc., Ohtani made the Angels $70 million in 2023 before he threw a single pitch. The Dodgers, who have a significantly richer history, bigger fan base, bigger brand, and just won a World Series, realistically could have doubled the $70 million the Angels made, easily covering the $70 million a year salary they pay Shohei before he threw a single pitch. The craziest part is the Dodgers didn't even pay Shohei Ohtani $70 million this year. They paid him $2 million. But before we get to that, a quick word from today's sponsor. Believe it or not, flavored air is becoming the leading alternative to vaping and smoking, and it's led by Fume. Fume is a flavored air device designed for anyone who's looking to break away from bad habits. It's nicotine-free, non-toxic,
That's what I like right here.
and completely guilt-free. There's no vapor, no batteries, no smoke. It's just air. It comes in amazing flavors like crisp mint,
Yeah, that's all I can say. Hey, look, all the people addicted to the vapes. No, I'm just saying this right here. The vapes are the new age cigarettes, by the way. Okay. A lot of people. I remember when I was in high school, and I sound like an old head by saying it. What the Whoa! Remember, I'm only 22, by the way. Okay, just remember that. Anyways, though, but it's been like what 4 or 5 years since I've been in high school, so I guess I can say that. Anyways, though, when I was in high school, bro, the thing that was hot was really just like the smoking pens. So the carts and stuff like that, weed carts, which is I feel like that's actually better than vapes because I don't even know what are inside vapes. You know what I'm saying? Vapes is just literally just flavored air, like you said, yeah, flavored air. But it's destroying your lungs. At least with the weed, it is bad still because it's like wax and stuff like that. I think wax is bad for you, but it was still weed. So at the end of the day, weed is not going to kill you, all right, or not going to fuck your lungs all the way up unless you're doing some like crazy stuff with the weed. But if you just smoking natural weed, then that's okay, bro. You know, so you actually will be even more healthy because you will actually get skinnier and stuff like that. Anyways, though, that's besides the point. With the vapes, I feel like all the kids, I think they are smoking the pens as well, but it's vapes though. It's like when you can't have a pen and you can't get high as you really want to in class, they gonna smoke the vapes all class. You feel me? Or they gonna stay hotbox in the bathroom with vapes. I don't know what's going on, bro. Look, y'all need to stop that, bro. All right, like I said, modern day cigarettes.
Amazing flavors.
I'm trying to help y'all, bro. If you don't want to change your life, then
it's designed to help satisfy your oral fixation, and it can keep your mind off vapor. Fume might not be as strong as you'd expect at first, but it won't leave you in a hospital bed. Fume works by replacing your hand-to-mouth fixation, calming nervous tensions through fidgeting and distracting you from your bad habit with delicious flavor. Honestly, I was very skeptical of this at first because it's literally flavored air, but after using Fume, I really do think this is effective. Some habits are extremely addicting. Without it, you can't focus, and you're constantly craving it. Fume doesn't...
Remember, and these are kids that's doing it, Joe. It's like 16-year-olds. I'm seeing 14-year-old. I be on Monkey app, you know what I'm saying, where you can talk to random strangers, stuff like that. I be seeing kids 14, 13, 12 smoking vapes. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody smokes vapes now. It's like a pandemic of vapes. People are collecting vapes in their house. They have a whole collection of old vapes that they don't even work no more. Instead of throwing away, they keeping it in their room. You feel me? It's like, bro, it's modern day cigarettes, bro.
Shockingly good job at removing that craving. So if you're one of the people who like giving gifts that actually make a difference this holiday season, you can give the gift order right. Estimates Tom Brady took a Sunday contract that was $12 million, the QR code on screen to grab yours now and make someone's holiday unforgettable.
I'm gonna
Do
get
it
y'all some of these
right now. Draymond Green signed a contract that was $12 million less than he was worth, so the Warriors could have the money to sign KD, and their dynasty got 2 more rings. Business Insider estimates Tom Brady took $60 million in pay cuts throughout his career, so the Patriots could sign more players and continue their dynasty. Ohtani did this in a way that's way more controversial. According to his 10-year, $700 million contract, Ohtani should be getting paid $70 million a year until 2034. However, he decided to defer 97% of it, meaning instead of getting paid $70 million a year for the rest of his contract, he will get paid $2 million a year for the rest of his contract. And once his contract ends in 2034, then the Dodgers will start paying him, making $68 million a year for 10 years starting in 2034.
Okay. How do I feel about this? That's tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's what it say. Like, when you are the best player, it comes with a lot of other things. Okay. Now you have to literally take pay cuts and wait till 2034. It's 2024. It's literally 10 years. You gotta wait a decade to start making your actual money. Then after you start making your actual money, you have to wait another decade. So it's gonna be 20. So by the time he get paid his full amount, I'll be 40 years old. what the? But at the end of the day, it don't really matter, bro. Because they trying to make a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like me, I would do it because I'm a team player. I would do it, bro. As long as I have the money coming. If the money was never, if I just took a pay cut and I never was making the money anymore, then maybe I think different. Even though it's really not about the money, I really don't even care about the money. That's the thing. That's the crazy part. But at the end of the day, if you're worth this, then you gotta get paid, bro. Be worth it. So, me personally, I would do this. Let me know in the comments. Would y'all take a pay cut like this? Remember, you're going to get the money. Okay? You're going to get the money, bro. You have nothing to worry about the money. It's just going to be a long time from now. But you're going to have the money, though. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Even with 2 M's a year. I mean, that is kind of low, though. I ain't gonna lie. 2 M's a year is kind of insane. But you can make money from other ways. You know what I'm saying? And money is not life, bro. Okay? You'll be okay, bro. $2 million a year, you'll be okay.
A year for the rest of his contract. And once his contract ends in 2034, then the Dodgers will start paying him, making $68 million a year for 10 years starting in 2034. This saves the Dodgers a ton of money. Because of inflation, $70 million will be worth a lot less in 10 years than it is today. The Dodgers are saving $24 million a year by being able to defer this money. This extra $24 million is enough to pay the salaries of some of the best players in baseball. Theoretically, the Dodgers could use it to pay Fernando Tatis, Chris Sale, even Ronald Acuna Jr. makes less than $24 million a year. But the biggest benefit for the Dodgers is that $70 million is no longer on their actual payroll. MLB has a competitive balance tax. If a team's payroll goes over $241 million, they get penalized. This is put in place to stop rich teams, like the Dodgers, from spending an ungodly amount of money, getting every single good player to come to their team and win the World Series every year because no one else can spend as much as them. These penalties can become massive. Any dollar a team spends over $241 million gets taxed 20%. However, if you exceed this limit 2 years in a row, you get taxed 30%.
Keep going up.
And if you pass this limit 3 years in a row or more, you get taxed 60%. On top of that, if you pass this
You see how the government always win? The government always win. That is insane, bro.
by more than 20 million, you add another 12% surcharge. If you pass it by 40 million, there's a 42.5% surcharge. If you go over by 60 million, there is a 60% surcharge. That's on top of the 20 to 60% tax you already paid. Having to pay Ohtani $70 million while also having to pay 39 other players, including big salaries like Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Yamamoto, etc., pretty much guarantees the Dodgers will be over this tax every single year by a ton. Meaning, if they wanted to sign Corbin Burnes this offseason, his projected $250 million contract would actually cost the Dodgers $500 million. A team could sign Max Fried for $170 million this offseason. The Dodgers would have to pay $340 million. Juan Soto is projected to sign for over $600 million. If the Dodgers wanted Juan Soto, they'd have to pay over $1 billion on just one player. This would essentially eliminate the Dodgers from signing any big-name free agent. However, thanks to Ohtani deferring 97% of his contract, only $46 million of his $70 million contract actually counts towards this threshold. On top of that, Mookie Betts deferred $115 million, Freddie Freeman deferred $57 million, Will Smith deferred $50 million of his contract, saving the Dodgers millions, and avoided a 42% tax altogether by doing this. So after being the first team in history to sign the number 1 and number 2 free agents in the same offseason, they were also somehow able to afford all-star pitcher Tyler Glasnow, as well as all-star left fielder Teoscar Hernandez on top of that. He also, by the way, agreed to defer some money. So even while having the highest spending offseason in history and having all of these massive contracts, the Dodgers somehow, technically, only had the 5th largest payroll in baseball this season because of referrals. This doesn't mean the Dodgers can avoid taxes altogether. They will be over the first threshold for years to come. They're used to this. From 2021 to 2023, they were over it every year and paid a combined $84.5 million in taxes. Even with the deferrals this season, they had to spend $88 million in taxes this season alone. Yes, the Dodgers spent more money in taxes to MLB than the Athletics spent on their entire roster combined. But the Dodgers can afford to do this. They've led the league in attendance 10 years in a row. They've virtually sold the same amount of tickets this season than the entire first year of the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. They have a TV deal worth $8 billion. They make $334 million a year just from showing their games on TV. Their TV
This
deal
nigga has
is
a
so
whole room of this.
a year.
Oh, this is a real fan. You can see it. The walls. I don't know what team this is.
Just
What the?
from
The Dolphins? This nigga's a Miami Dolphin.
$1 billion. They make
What?
$334
You got the whole room painted.
million.
It's crazy because the Dolphins not even sweet though. That's the crazy part. He's this much of a fan, and the Dolphins not even good.
A
What? Dolphin carpets, my nigga? What the fuck is going on?
year.
Dolphin couches, dolphin tables. This nigga's a room. This nigga's a dolphin, my nigga.
Just from showing their games on TV. Their TV deal is so massive because they're in LA. Being in Los Angeles brings them a ton of extra revenue because LA is the second largest market in America
Facts.
with a population of 12.5 million people. On top of that, they just unlocked a new market in Japan. It has 125 million people, 10 times more than Los Angeles. The Dodgers also just won a World Series. According to research done by Sabre, a team in a massive market like the Dodgers likely makes over $100 million when they win a World Series. But this is based on MLB revenues from 15 years ago. MLB revenue has doubled since then. So, based on that, the Dodgers could have made an extra $200 million plus from winning the World Series this year.
Damn.
Meaning, this offseason, like last offseason, the Dodgers have a ton of money to spend. Out of the top 5 free agent pitchers, the Dodgers are listed as potential suitors for all of them. They are most likely going to get one, if not multiple, of these 5 pitchers. And perhaps the most frightening option is Roki Sasaki. He's thrown the fastest pitch in Japanese history. Had an ERA under 2 at 19 years old. At 20 years old, he threw a perfect game with 19 strikeouts and struck out 13 batters in a row. It's known as arguably the best pitch game in Japanese history. And his very next start, he threw 8 more perfect innings before being pulled for having a high pitch count. These insane numbers still aren't quite as dominant as Yamamoto's were, but he's only 23 years old. Now he wants to come to MLB. If you leave Japan before 25 years old, you are required to get paid a league minimum salary with a signing bonus that
Dang.
can't exceed somewhere around $6 million. Sasaki is worth around $300 million in the open market.
They finna
But
get a
whoever gets
steal.
him will only pay around $6 million, making him by far the best value deal this offseason. If Sasaki's team allows him to go to MLB, all 30 teams will want him, but all 30 teams have to offer him basically the same contract, meaning his decision is strictly based on what team he would like to play for the most. If he goes to the Dodgers, he will make significantly more off the field money compared to any other team. He will be able to play with 2 of his Team Japan teammates and have a chance to win a World Series right away. If Sasaki comes to MLB this offseason, in all likelihood, he's going to the Dodgers. The Dodgers could get a $300 million
I feel like Japanese fans will low-key be mad if he did it.
likelihood he's going to the Dodgers. The Dodgers could get a $300 million pitcher for the price of a utility player, leaving them with money to spend on another free agent. They could easily sign 2 of the top 5 free agent pitchers this offseason because everyone wants to go to LA. Last offseason, the Giants and Blue Jays gave Ohtani the same offer as the Dodgers. He chose LA. The Mets gave Yamamoto the same offer
Yo, this video looking kind of funny. Why you looking at him like that?
same offer as the Dodgers. He chose LA. The Mets gave Yamamoto the same
Yo, this low-key a meme right here, bro. I'm gonna use this as a meme.
the
Oh
same
my God.
offer as the Dodgers. He chose LA. The Mets gave Yamamoto the same offer as the Dodgers. He chose LA. Less than an hour after losing the World Series, Juan Soto said, quote, "It's a tough game to be my last. I'm available to all 30 teams." This is just common sense negotiating that every player does. Make it clear you're willing to go to another team, even if you aren't putting pressure on your current team to make the best offer possible.
Thanks.
However, Dodgers free agents seem to want to stay in LA so bad, they're doing the opposite. Free agent Jack Flaherty said, "I never want to leave," multiple times. Teoscar Hernandez was in tears at the parade, later saying, quote, "I'm going to do everything in my power to come back." Walker Buehler says he wants to stay in LA as long as they'll have him. These guys are voluntarily giving up leverage to stay on the Dodgers. Even Red Sox closer Kenley Jansen has been publicly stating he wants to return to LA where his career started. Corbin Burns, the #1 free agent after Soto, has tweeted 6 times in his life. After the Dodgers won the World Series, he made this cryptic tweet, making it seem like he wants to play for the Dodgers, who are 100 miles from where he grew up. They have unlimited money, yet players are willing to defer money or even take less money just to play there. And the scariest part is, without money or any of these expensive players, they'd probably still be World Series contenders. Because when it comes to analytics, evaluating talent, developing talent, and taking terrible players and turning them into all-stars, the Dodgers are
nigga
probably the
vlogging?
best. Max Muncy was a
Niggas, you vlogging during the game?
comes to analytics, evaluating talent, developing talent, and taking terrible players and turning them into all-stars.
You are on the MLB. Okay? Most YouTubers, I guess I can call myself a YouTuber. At what point can you call yourself a YouTuber? Let me know in the comments. At what point can you call yourself a YouTuber? I guess I'm a YouTuber. Kind of crazy. I never even thought about that. I am a YouTuber, bro. I just became self-aware. That's crazy. Anyways, though. Us YouTubers want to be able to play in the MLB, the big leagues, make the big money. And nigga, you vlogging. What the fuck? So you mean tell me it's just like the same with the hood YNs and the suburban kids. The hood YNs wish they can live in the biggest houses on the block and live in the suburbs. They ain't gotta hear no gunshots at night. And they ain't gotta eat no roaches for dinner. That's what they wish. You feel me? But all the suburban kids wish they was in the hood so they can flex that they from the hood. We want to be in the MLB, all right? You don't gotta do no. You don't have to be vlogging, bro. I'm telling you right now. You already won.
The Dodgers
You already
are
won.
probably the best. Max Muncy was a career 195 hitter.
Man,
He got cut by the A's, came to LA,
Wolverine?
and became an all-star. Chris Taylor had an OPS under 600 on the Mariners. Came to LA, became an all-star. David Price was old and washed up. He went to the Dodgers, they changed his pitching style, put him in the bullpen, and he had a 2.45 at 36 years old. Blake Trident was released, came to LA, became an all-star. This year, Michael Kopech had a 4.74 ERA on the White Sox. He came to the Dodgers, they adjusted his pitch usage, and he put up a 1.13 ERA. Ryan Brazier, Anthony Banda, Evan Phillips, Alex Vesia were all terrible for other teams, were either released or traded by those teams, all came to LA, and all had ERAs at 3 or below this season. The Dodgers are basically the Moneyball A's with $1 billion, playing in the biggest market in MLB with arguably the best player in baseball history, as well as 3 other MVPs, and are looking to add even more. Their dynasty is just beginning.